Have you ever caught yourself daydreaming about a different version of your life? One where you feel unstoppable, deeply fulfilled, and genuinely excited to wake up every morning? Imagine trading in stress, routine, and regret for purpose, passion, and freedom. Picture a reality where your biggest dreams aren't just pinned to a vision board, but actually woven into your daily life. It's not wishful thinking. It's the promise of what's possible when you stop accepting good enough and start demanding extraordinary. So many people drift through life half awake, following a script written by fear, self-doubt, and old limitations. They keep telling themselves, one day I'll change things, but one day rarely shows up unless they do something radical today. Deep down, they know they were made for more adventure, deeper connections, greater impact, yet they shrink back every time discomfort knocks at the door. What if, instead of running from that discomfort, you leaned into it, broke through it, and used it as fuel to create a life that feels rich and alive? This isn't about luck or being born into privilege. It's about tapping into the raw power already inside you, learning to master your mind, shape your habits, and take bold action no matter what obstacles stand in your way. Right now, you have the power to flip the switch, to stop settling and start building a reality that matches your highest vision. What would it feel like to become the person you secretly admire? To look back 1 year from now and barely recognize the old version of yourself? The life you love is not a fantasy. It's the decision waiting to be made. Are you ready to make it? Everyone at some point pauses to wonder if they're truly living the life they were meant for. We grow up dreaming big, imagining adventures, freedom, deep love, and the thrill of doing work that lights us up inside. But as years pass, reality often dulls those dreams. Responsibilities pile up, bills demand payment, routines become chains, and soon enough people trade their grand visions for a life of quiet compromise. They tell themselves they're being realistic, that happiness is overrated or reserved for the lucky few. But deep down, a tiny spark remains, a whisper that says there has to be more than this. This whisper is not a lie. It's the most honest part of you, reminding you that your true potential hasn't been fully tapped yet. The life you secretly crave is not impossible. It's simply waiting for you to build it step by step. The truth is, loving your life doesn't happen by accident. It's created through intentional choices, daily habits, and a relentless commitment to growth. It's not about having no problems, but about learning to become bigger than your problems. It's not about chasing endless pleasure, but about aligning your daily actions with your deepest values and purpose. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week, but underestimate what they can transform in a year. They imagine radical change requires luck, money, or some perfect timing. In reality, it demands clarity, knowing exactly what you want and why it matters so deeply. It also demands courage, being willing to disrupt comfort zones, face fears, and try new strategies when the old ones keep you stuck. Creating a life you love means taking back control from excuses, circumstances, and old stories about what you can and cannot do. It means refusing to be a spectator of your own days. It means waking up with intention, even when you're tired. Showing up for your dreams, even when no one is clapping yet. And celebrating progress, no matter how small. This guide is an invitation to remember who you are before the world told you to play it safe. It's a call to get clear, get focused, and get moving toward a life that feels authentic, fulfilling, and genuinely exciting. Because the truth is, your best life won't show up on its own. It must be created by your own hands, fueled by your own choices, and protected by your own commitment to never settle for less than you deserve. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to find yourself stuck in a cycle that feels impossible to break. Many people wake up each morning feeling more like robots than human beings, tied to routines that drain their energy and dull their enthusiasm. The alarm rings. The commute drags on. The workday is a blur of tasks and deadlines. And by the time they get home, exhaustion leaves no room for passion or growth. This cycle repeats itself day after day, month after month, and soon years slip by unnoticed while dreams fade quietly into the background. One of the biggest challenges is that this state of disconnection often feels normal. When everyone around you is also stressed, uninspired, and resigned to just getting by, you start to believe that aiming for more is unrealistic or even selfish. Conversations revolve around problems, not possibilities. Doubts echo louder than desires. It's a silent epidemic of settled lives. People stuck in jobs they hate, relationships that feel empty, and routines that offer no excitement. Fear is the invisible force behind this trap. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping into the unknown. It whispers that change is dangerous and comfort is safer, even if comfort is slowly suffocating you. Many promise themselves they'll do something about it when they have more time, more money, or more certainty. But those conditions rarely arrive. Waiting becomes a habit. Another obstacle is the belief that transformation requires a dramatic overnight overhaul. People think they need to quit their job tomorrow, move to a new city, or take massive risks all at once. But real change is rarely about reckless leaps. It's about steady, intentional steps that compound into a new reality. Unfortunately, because they don't see an immediate path, they abandon the idea altogether. Meanwhile, old habits tighten their grip. Negative self-talk reinforces limitations. I'm too old. I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. These stories play on repeat until they become self-fulfilling prophecies. As a result, potential stays locked inside, and life remains a series of obligations instead of a journey of fulfillment. The greatest tragedy is not a lack of opportunity, but a lack of courage to pursue it. Millions have untapped talents, ideas, and dreams, yet few muster the belief and action needed to bring them to life. This is the real problem. Not that people don't want a life they love, but that they don't know how to break free and build it one day at a time. Breaking free from the invisible chains that hold you back begins with the decision. The decision to become conscious of your patterns and take full responsibility for changing them. It starts with clarity, a crystal clear vision of what you truly want from your life. This isn't about vague wishes like, I want to be happy or I want more money. It's about digging deep and defining exactly what happiness means to you, what kind of work excites you, how you want your days to feel, who you want beside you, and what legacy you want to leave behind. Clarity cuts through confusion and replaces excuses with purpose. Once you know what you want, the next step is shifting your mindset. For years, you may have operated on autopilot, believing old stories that limit your potential. Rewiring your mind involves becoming aware of negative self-talk and replacing it with beliefs that support your goals. This doesn't happen overnight, but daily repetition works wonders. Affirmations, visualization, and spending time with people who lift you higher all reinforce this new mental blueprint. Then comes the power of rituals. Successful people do not rely on motivation alone. They rely on habits that prime them for success even on their worst days. Morning routines that nourish the body and focus the mind. Planning sessions that set clear priorities, and nighttime reflections that cultivate gratitude. These small practices create momentum. They protect you from drifting back into old patterns when life gets busy or stressful. Equally important is breaking big goals into manageable actions. Grand dreams can feel overwhelming if you look at the whole mountain instead of the next step. By turning ambitions into daily, non-negotiable tasks, you build confidence and celebrate progress regularly. Each small win fuels belief, which fuels more action. Over time, these consistent efforts snowball into results that once seemed out of reach. Support is also crucial. Humans are social beings, and our environment shapes us more than we realize. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. Whether it's a mentor, a supportive friend, or a community of like-minded dreamers, the right circle can lift you up when your resolve wavers. Finally, remember that setbacks are part of the journey. Life will test your commitment with obstacles, criticism, and moments of doubt. Instead of seeing these as signs to give up, see them as lessons to grow stronger and smarter. By staying flexible, learning from mistakes, and refusing to quit, you transform obstacles into stepping stones toward the life you love. There comes a pivotal moment in every journey of transformation when the excuses lose their power and the vision becomes too compelling to ignore. It's not always a dramatic event. Often, it's a quiet but resolute decision made in the privacy of your own mind. One day, you wake up tired of feeling stuck and tired of hearing your own justifications for why you can't have the life you want. This moment is the turning point when wishing shifts into doing. For many, it starts with one bold action that proves to themselves they are capable of more than they've believed. Maybe it's finally sending in that job application for a position they thought was out of reach. Maybe it's enrolling in a course that develops a skill they've always wanted to master. Maybe it's having the difficult conversation that frees them from a toxic relationship or environment. Whatever form it takes, that first courageous step shatters the illusion of helplessness and replaces it with possibility. Once you taste what it feels like to break a limiting pattern, you crave more of that feeling. It's addictive in the best way, a sense of freedom that comes from knowing you are no longer a prisoner of your own fear. From this moment on, your identity starts to shift. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is merely surviving and start seeing yourself as a creator of your own destiny. At this key moment, the biggest change is internal. It's the birth of self-trust. You realize you don't have to know exactly how everything will unfold. You just need the courage to keep showing up, keep trying, and keep adjusting. You stop needing permission from others to chase your dreams. Instead, you become your own greatest advocate, champion, and protector of your vision. This newfound power doesn't make problems vanish, but it changes how you respond to them. Challenges that once felt insurmountable become opportunities to test your resilience and creativity. Criticism no longer paralyzes you because you know who you are and where you're going. Doubts still visit, but they don't stay long. You're too busy building a life that excites you. This is the moment when life begins to align with your deepest desires. It's the instant you choose to be brave despite uncertainty, to act even when the path is blurry, and to trust that consistent effort will build a reality far greater than any daydream ever could. From here, everything changes because you've changed first. When you look back at the journey from feeling stuck to creating a life you love, it becomes clear that the greatest victory was not changing your circumstances overnight, but changing yourself from the inside out. Many people chase external solutions, believing that more money, a better job, or a new relationship will finally make them happy. While these things can bring comfort and joy, they rarely create lasting fulfillment unless they align with a deeper sense of purpose and a commitment to living intentionally every single day. At its core, building a life you love means knowing yourself deeply, your true values, what energizes you, what drains you, what lights you up, and what you can no longer tolerate. It means setting standards for how you will be treated, how you will spend your time, and how you will pursue growth no matter what challenges come your way. It's about refusing to hand your power over to circumstances, opinions, or your own past mistakes. The truth is, no one arrives at a perfect life by accident. Fulfillment is crafted through daily choices, small habits, and brave decisions that add up over time. There will be days when you feel unstoppable and days when you question everything. This is normal. Progress is rarely linear, and sometimes the lessons learned during setbacks become the fuel for your next breakthrough. Another key part of this journey is embracing gratitude. Even while striving for more, you learn to appreciate what you already have. This mindset turns ordinary moments into sources of joy and reminds you that happiness is available now, not just at some distant finish line. In the end, creating a life you love is not a destination, but a way of living. It's waking up each day with purpose, handling problems with resilience, and staying open to growth in every season of life. It's choosing not to be defined by the past, but by what you do today and tomorrow. As you continue on this path, you'll inspire others to rise as well. Your courage, discipline, and joy become a silent invitation for those around you to question their limits and believe in more for themselves. The most beautiful part of all is that this journey never truly ends. There is always another level of growth, another goal to reach, and more love to give and receive. And every step forward proves that you are the architect of your own reality, capable of building a life that feels genuinely worth living. Now's the time to turn inspiration into action. It's easy to finish reading and feel a rush of motivation, but real change begins when you take that first step, no matter how small. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Start by sitting quietly with yourself and writing down a vision for your life that excites you. Be honest and bold. What would your days look like if you woke up truly loving the life you've built? Describe it in detail as if it's already happening. Next, choose one simple but meaningful action you could take today to move closer to that vision. Doesn't have to be dramatic. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier to work on a passion project, reaching out to someone who inspires you, or finally saying no to something that drains you. Small actions done consistently have more power than giant leaps that never happen. Surround yourself with reminders of what you're working toward. Place your vision where you can see it daily. Speak it out loud. Share it with a trusted friend who will encourage you and hold you accountable. When doubts creep in, and they will, read your vision again and remember why you started. Commit to building habits that nurture your growth. Set up a morning routine that energizes you and an evening practice that helps you reflect and reset. Celebrate your small wins instead of dismissing them. Every step, no matter how tiny, is proof that you're moving forward. Most importantly, promise yourself you will not give up when progress feels slow or obstacles appear. See setbacks as feedback, not failure. Adjust, learn, and keep going. You have everything you need inside you to create a life that lights you up, but only if you choose to act now. Today can be the first day of your new chapter. Don't let this moment slip away like so many before it. Take that first step no matter how uncertain you feel. Your future self will thank you for having the courage to begin. Start building the life you love today, because you deserve nothing less